To start off with a couple early ones, or some kind of big name things that you need to do, we need to think about. First off, at will employment. Every single state but Montana has at will employment, though there are different exemptions and applications between the different states. What at will employment means is that either the employer or the employee may end the employment at any time with or without reason or cause. So this means you can be fired and they don't have to give you a reason. I actually read a post on Reddit this week about someone who worked at a car dealership. They worked at a Hyundai dealership. They went to the Toyota dealership next door and bought their car. It was owned by the same, auto dealer conglomerate company, but they were fired as soon as they came to work with a Toyota at their Hyundai. Right? They were literally fired because of the type of car they drove, and it's perfectly legal in an at-will state. The people often joke you can be fired because of the kind of car you drive, the kind of soda that you like, those type of things, or you can be fired for no reason at all. There are wide ranges of ways in which at-will employment can be modified by a contract, but the baseline is every state but Montana is at will. And while this doesn't necessarily exclude businesses from accountability in terms of termination, being a violation, of other aspects of labor law and protections, so they can't fire you for, being gay. They can't fire you for being pregnant. Those are protected. We'll get into protected classes later. But what it does open up to is they fire you when you get pregnant and just tell you no, there's no reason, right? They don't say that they fired you for being pregnant. They come up with another reason or no reason at all. And so that's kind of the negative of at will employment. It generally also allows them to, have, but it's on the flip side is it's what allows us, as a worker to quit and give no notice, right? People often talk about 2-week notice like it's some legal thing. There is unless you have a contract that states otherwise, and even then the contract can likely be called into question in most at-will states. Unless, in general, you have no obligation to give notice, right? You can quit and walk out today. It may burn the bridge. They may not be a reference, but you cannot be forced to give notice in most cases. And I feel like almost everything said in this workshop kind of has that in most cases asterisk, right? Because we're dealing with so many different laws. It's hard to talk broadly about them as a whole.